Today, we're building a funeral home in Bloxburg. The only build where customers don't complain because they're dead. Now, this funeral home is gonna be lit. We're gonna have a luxury coffin showroom, a crying room with complimentary tissues, and a cremation room, which definitely isn't just a pizza oven. With all that said, let's mourn the dead and lay this build to rest. Oh my gosh, I am the next William Shakespeare with that poem. Disclaimer, this build is not meant to offend or disrespect in any way. It is simply a slave Bloxburg build. Enjoy, and please don't warn me. So straight away, when I looked up funeral home exterior, which probably put me on an FBI wanted list, by the way, why is there so many car parking spaces? And it's not just that one, look at this one as well. Is the whole graveyard parking here or what? But they definitely all do have a very grand theme to them. So I think I'm just gonna go for something like this today. And they are very American. I don't know if funeral homes even exist in England. I personally have never been to one. I've actually been lucky enough to only go to one funeral in my whole life. The other elephant in the room is my voice. I am actually really sick at the moment, but I've got to get videos out, guys. Can't be slacking. And now you might be thinking, Reese's, why are half of the walls missing? Well, that is indeed because I'm going to be using the plain archway, and that's trying to get these. And oh my goodness, that was so much easier than I thought it would be. Not to jinx it, but that is very slay. Now, just through here is going to be where you check in to check out. That should be my slogan, because you know you're like checking out of Earth. Now, you might be thinking this is rather a large entryway, but I want to have on display as soon as you walk in some of our best coffins. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm literally having a stroke. Like, sometimes I actually can't breathe because my nose is so blocked. Maybe I'm going to be going to this funeral home soon, guys. Maybe this illness is going to take me home. And who the hell is this? ... That's giving a hacker. Anyways, let's carry on building. I swear we have a crypt bed. Yeah, we do. Oh, what the hell is that word? A sarcophagus. Okay. And I definitely think the traditional is sort of the vibe that we're going for in here today. It's just going to be a straight up counter in the middle. Why do we not have a bell that can go on the desk? That would be supreme. And oh my goodness, these armchairs. This is actually scary. Why does a funeral home seem kind of scary? Now, I also want to make sure I've added plenty of seating because, babes, you've got eternity. Once you're dead, you're going to be doing a lot of waiting around. So we're going to have 2 armchairs there. And then I almost want to use the medieval opening. And then either side will also have doors. So it's actually going to be rather large. And to be truthful, I don't know why I just started decorating the lobby. I guess I was just in the mood for a cold, dark room. And we're gonna make this decor so neutral, it's literally gonna hurt my soul. Oh my god, this is so weird. Now, honestly, these are all like the perfect color already. I am gonna change the top to marble just so it has a little bit of my own touch. But like the default color on the traditional is actually a sleigh. Now, I'm not trying to make this look like no Salvatore mansion or anything, but I'm gonna go for like some dark red wallpaper.
And the wall trims, the wall trims, they are going to be fancy.
Actually, maybe we are going a little bit Salvatore. I'm going to make them wooden. Now, the only annoying thing about having these medieval doors is you cannot place wall trims. Or can you? You guys know I don't like to give in. If we go into the structural category, you could actually just place these ones in first. That'll make my life a lot easier. Although most people here won't have a life to be made easier anymore. I actually need to stop with these dark jokes. What has come over me today? Now, on the wall, should we have like prices? Honestly, this is actually a scam. Like funeral prices and like burials and stuff are so expensive. I swear it's like thousands of pounds for each thing. Like when my cat died, they tried charging me £300 to have her like a statue of her with her ashes in. And my mum was like, no, we're not doing that. And then she whispered in my ear, they'll probably just put Hoover sweepings in there. And honestly, it's kind of true. Like, how can you guarantee that they are giving you your loved one? Like, they could just be putting some like ground up old burnt stuff in there. Now, I don't want to put too many candelabras on the wall, so now I'm going to start to put some candelabras on the floor. And because the funeral home charges such extortionate prices, they are probably going to be able to afford many of these MacBooks. But oh yes, we'll make them black, you know, in a form of respect for the dead. And oh my gosh, did you see how slay my outfit looks? Not that a funeral is a fashion show, but I look so good. And like, look at my dress. Wow, look at that. And this girl put, what are you making? A funeral home. unfriended. Anyway, I don't know why we just dove straight into doing that. Like, I normally build the exterior first, but I do think that's a pretty nice room. Most of these appear to just be bungalows, and oh, for gosh sake, I should not have added in these silly wall trims yet. Oh, that was a big mistake. Anyway, we're just gonna have it go like that. And even the painting, what do you mean cannot place here? What is the issue? Like, you're telling me I can't place a wall with a painting? Well, how come then when I place the painting back, it's all fine? It's all fun and frolics. BLOXBURG needs to sort that out.
Sort it out.
So as you can see, we've got like 4 rooms. I was thinking about adding a bathroom, but nah, you can just hold your pee in forever. You are now in heaven, okay? Now this here has to have a really nice grand roof because this is the entrance to the afterlife. That could be a fun slogan. Putting the fun in funeral. Oh my god. But I just thought a funeral home is such like a random thing to build in BLOXBURG. I just thought it'd be a lot of fun. And as for the windows, it kind of looks like they have the stained glass windows. Oh my gosh, shall we add them? Like, it is very much matching with the vibe, which I kind of want to be like a reddy brown. Now this has a really awesome like driveway, and I really want to do something kind of similar to it. So we're gonna try my absolute hardest to make this all equals pequals here. I don't know if a funeral home is meant to be cute per se, but I definitely think we need to add like a reservoir slash river slash ravine in here. And oh my gosh, I'm even gonna add like the brick underneath the concrete. As for the rest, we're basically gonna do the old-fashioned grass. Who remembers when you had to do striped grass like this back in the day before they added the mowed grass lines? And it's low-key pointless me adding this grime grass in here because the neighborhood grass is already grime. But if I was to take this funeral home public, which at the end of the video I think I might, then it's important that we match the grass to even a public service standard. And I have actually just thought of one other room, a really obvious one as well, that I just haven't added yet. I'm actually sickened at myself. The chapel. Like, how have we built this whole funeral home without the chapel? So I'm thinking this room here might be like where you plan and like you talk about the funeral. But basically both of them are gonna lead into the chapel. And I'm gonna call it the Chapel Royal. Now we are gonna need to use a hollow roof. We only have a hollow mansard. That is such a disappointment. But I want it to feel like ethereal in here. So, oh my giddy aunt. And I was a little bit afraid that it would look kind of dusty from the front, but you literally can't even see it. Now, aside from my inspiration pictures that I searched up on Google, my other inspiration for this is like in TV shows.
We are at a funeral. Please be quiet.
So I'm trying to like base it off the ones I've seen there.
12 seconds later.
And in fairness, I've actually had a slightly different thought about the walls. If I make them white smooth, just hear me out, and then we grab a wall trim. Oh my gosh, that has actually increased the look of this like tenfold. What about if we were to use the arched ones? It does kind of giving archway. How is there not enough space? That has actually sickened me to my very core. What about these windows? Why do they actually look so good? Wait, guys, swap out these musty park benches. Let's go ahead and add in some of these windows. Oh my gosh. Then it was time for fences, fountains, and fence gates. And I think I've showed you guys how to do this awesome building hack before. What you're gonna do, that's my new catchphrase. What you're gonna do is get some pillars and resize them to be kind of chunky. And you don't need Transform Plus for this or anything. And then you simply just place the fence back in place. And I'm so sorry, but may I present the fun funeral home? This is fun. It looks so realistic. Now it is officially time to go inside. Now, weirdly enough, I want to start with the Chapel Royal. And I've actually seen this in real life. And oh my goodness, it's so ethereal. Now, can you add panels? No. Okay, this back wall is just gonna have to be panel-less. I'm then gonna go for twisted wood at the top. I also feel it looks very ethereal. And then because, remember, we've got a hollow roof, we're actually gonna have to add in some beams. And also, why did I place the windows this way? Who the hell places windows like that? I'm so sorry in advance. So now the other iconic thing that chapels normally have are chandeliers. Now I actually used to go to chapels quite a lot, like churches, because I was in the Scouts and we did church services and stuff. And underneath each of the stained glass windows, I'm not fully attaching them. And I just think that has made it look really nice. We've got a little bit more light in here. At the end, I want like a really grand statue. Now obviously I don't want this to be any particular religion. Don't want to start a controversy here. So we are just going to be worshipping the Moai statue. And oh my gosh, I was about to add wedding chairs, guys. I forgot we were building a flipping funeral home. Oh, I'm kind of sad now. No, it's all right. We are going to be adding a podium, and this is where not only the priest or whoever's here can make their speech, but obviously loved ones. So we'll have a couple here. Anyway, I suppose we can use the wedding chairs, but obviously we're going to make them a different color because that is too disgraceful otherwise. And I'm not going to like overpack it in here.
12 seconds later.
What did I... Sorry, oh my gosh, I'm getting possessed by one of the ghostly spirits in here. What did I just say about not going too crazy? I had about a million seats. But at the end, maybe we can have a funeral. We only have a few left to go. Now, I want to do the cremation room. And at the beginning, didn't I say this was a pizza oven? So I've actually just gone down to my local Pizza Planet and I just borrowed the pizza oven, you know? So we're obviously going to have to search up oven, and I reckon we're going to have to use one of the commercial ones. Or alternatively, we could build it ourselves because that is not going to fit a human. This is literally giving those horror games. So I reckon we can have 3 ovens. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that in the movies, like the coroner pulls out the dead body. Is disgraceful. Now, just behind these, we're obviously going to need to add some sort of fireplace to capture the theme. Now, do we have coffins? I swear we have coffins from like the Halloween update, right? Maybe I didn't savor any because I remember they're pretty expensive. What's it say? R.I.P.? R.I.P. that. R.I.P. that. Not appropriate, Reese's. Okay, I guess we can just use these crypts and it's like they're just about to go in or something. Now, technically, if you ask for a cremation and pay all that extra money like we were talking about earlier, then this is where the ashes should be happening. But like I said, I just really don't know if I trust that. And did you guys ever watch that video about the girl who ate ashes? And
I'm addicted to carrying around my husband's urn. Just licked it off my finger and I can't stop. I'm eating my husband.
And having chandeliers in the cremation room is actually crazy. But there we go. That is cremation room. Why does it look so good? Oh my god. Our generation is actually so unserious. Anyway, just across the way in here is going to be the coffin showroom. I did say we were going to have a luxurious VIP coffin showroom. And I'm not somebody who wants to be disappointing my little Reese's cups. And I guess we should also have a desk in here with like some money on it. Oh my god, this feels so bad. I keep saying it, but I've just got to get in my head like, it is okay. This is just BLOXBURG. Like, nobody's actually died. I'm not mocking anything. Okay? And now I guess here we could also add like some consultation chairs. So it could sort of double as the consultation room as well. So we're going to start off along this wall with the basics, which is going to be cremation. As we're going to add different vases that you can like pop your loved one into. So if they're a skinny legend, you can give them the sleek vase. If they're a bit more elegant, then the elegant vase. And if they're just a bit more basic, then just the plain white vase. And then over here is where we're going to have to move to coffins, which I guess I'm going to have to custom make. This is probably not going to end well. So once again, actually, they do make different sized coffins. Because if you think, if a really enormous person died, like they're going to need a bigger coffin. That's just maths. There I was, placing in basic shapes in the shape of a coffin, contemplating all of my life decisions. And I actually think I've been kind of smart here. Yes! That is so cool. Those are all copy and pasteable. So we'll have them in order of like thickness, like the thickness of your thighs. But this is basically how you can see this room is like the Gucci section of the afterlife. So we've got some designer coffins, we've got some cheaper ones, and I feel like we need like price tags or something on here. But really, when you're at a funeral home, you gotta forget about the price tag.
Forget about the price tag.
Now over here, we are going to have the embalming room. This may or may not be the most unhinged I've actually ever been. Embalming is the art and science of preserving you. I cannot show this. But basically it's like this, like a preparation room, yeah. So this is where things like the autopsy will happen. I am honestly still so shocked I'm even doing this. At the end of the day, there's something kind of beautiful about a funeral home. It's where you're saying goodbye to your loved ones. I'm gonna add the tables that, weirdly enough, I normally use these tables when I'm doing like a massage recreation or something. Like I feel like we can have a bag at the end. I guess that could be used for something. You know the Victorian furniture has like blankets on it. We could put one of these and just act like it's a person or something at the end. And how many? I opened myself about 2 seconds ago. I'm gonna have to brush so much. I literally posted a story 1 minute ago, guys, and then this many people. Damn, what the hell? You guys are so flipping quick. Now, I'm going to put in chat. Who can guess what it is? I bet it's a trap house. Nope. But anyway, here is going to be sort of a weird room to finish off, but sort of like a back room where you can write your eulogy plan. So we can actually have like a practice eulogy section in here. And I'm not going to add any more decals because I'm legitimately not going to have any time to change them. And thank you so much for the $1, Felipe. That has made a big difference to the funeral home. Final destination, Vampire Diaries Hotel. It is a funeral home. Is it for you because you are a senior? Okie dokie, guys, here we are outside of the funeral home, which is more looking like a flipping frat house of all of these people. It values at $289,000, which is pretty cheap for such a grand looking building. Now, I do feel like we should add a fancy car, which of course has got to be black. And this is like what you would drive up to the funeral home in. Oh my God, I literally look like the mum from the Addams Family or something. Look at me. And this is the entryway. So this is what it looks like when there's not a gazillion million people in there. Pretty gothic. But may I take anybody's order for a funeral? Can I have you? I am not for sale. So first up, we have the cremation room, which is a very dark style from Indeed. This is where you will be burning the beloved deceased people. Oh my God, it's giving my... What? RIP to anybody who actually is being serious in here. Now, next up is the coroner's room. This is where people's bodies are examined. And once again, this is what it looks like when it's not so crowded. But is this girl the coroner? I don't trust her. She got an axe on me, mate. Next up, it's time to pick our casket. Welcome to the casket choosing room. This one, because your waist is snatched. Yes, so petite. And look at this guy sleeping on there. Now, in here, my sweetnesses is where we write the eulogy. We can practice as well, yes. And it also leads out onto a graveyard. And somebody said that is where you'll be soon. So here we are, guys. Follow me to my funeral. Welcome to my funeral. So immediately, I am very thrilled to see the entire Chapel Royal is filled with guests. And I would like to invite David Kardashian to make a speech. So, David, what have you got to say about me? Is it really this hard to find words? Who is playing guitar? Trying to get my channel copyright banned. I died through eating too much. Wasn't you on a diet? Don't bring that up, okay? Gone too soon. Reese's is a petite diva. My casket is open. Well, there we have it, my loyal subjects. That was me building a funeral home. Let me know any other unhinged video ideas, and I'll see you all in the mental asylum.